for some people, and then maybe for after some minutes we'll start.
Yeah, we can do like 10 minutes. We'll see.
And then maybe for after some minutes we'll.
Я запустив онлайн-трансляцію на YouTube. Не знаю на що, але хай буде. Будемо пробувати.
А який канал УСМГ?
Так. Хай Лука, хай Бен. Хай Мостиський Олександр.
Вітаю.
Nice to see all of you.
Hey everyone.
Хай Бен.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Hi Ben.
Hi.
Hey Ben, thanks for joining us. And Ben, other Ben.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
Hi.
Hey Joseph and Brianna, thanks for coming.
Hey, Jake.
So I guess you probably start in a couple minutes. I don't know if Matthew's coming. Otherwise, maybe we'll start at 11:05.
Wait.
Hey Jake, question. Should I keep my camera on or off during this?
I think either is fine. We're gonna do a question and answer after the presentations, and that would be good to have your cameras on.
Okay.
Okay,
Then
for now, either whatever you feel.
Okay.
Okay, I think we can start. Are we okay? Okay. Well, hi everyone. I think we're going to start now, but first I want to thank everyone for coming on kind of what's rather a short notice. I know everyone's really busy, and I'm really grateful that you guys took your time out of your day to come to this event. My name is Jake Sabota. For those that don't know me, I'm an American living in Washington, D.C. Joined today by Natalia, who's from Ukraine. She helped organize the program for today. And then last but not least, we're joined by Alina, Makita, and Maria, who are our speakers for today. And they're going to share their stories today about their experience during the war. So I would say that the goal for today was kind of to show. Oh, I guess I'll mention this. We're going to record this, probably just the presentation. If you don't want to be recorded, just turn off your camera. But our question and answer session should be not recorded. But yeah, so kind of the purpose I would say for today was to show a little bit of solidarity with Ukraine as they're, still fighting this war with Russia. But I guess for me, more importantly, kind of as a reflection of these current times that we live in, I think it's important for me and for, for us and the Americans on this call that I think it's very important that, we kind of stand up for, what are supposed to be American values, free speech, equality, human civil rights, the rule of law, and democracy, and to stand up and speak for them, both here in our own country and abroad. And I think especially when, we have our higher levels of government that are rejecting these values, it becomes all the more of our responsibility to assert them to our friends, family, neighbors, and to our friends and allies abroad. So, the Ukrainians are fighting for those values and for the freedom to choose their own path and live their own lives. And I think as Americans, we must support them in that. So just to start off our program today, we'll have a quick presentation about the history and the background of the war for those that aren't super familiar. And then we'll hear from our speakers and their stories. And then afterwards, we'll have a question and answer session. So think of some good questions. So I don't see Matthew on the call, so maybe we'll go to you, Natalia, to then start it off.
Thank you, and thank you all for all who came here, who on this meeting today. We preparing this some stories and something else. So I give this microphone to Mikita, and Mikita start our presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, nice to see everyone. So we have a lot of people here. Yeah, my name is Mikita. I'll present myself a little bit later. So now I can share the main presentation of this day that we want to show to you, that we want to tell to you, all of you. So, yeah. So you see the presentation?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So welcome to this presentation. Welcome to this event. And let's start about the introduction, who we are, and what is the event about. So our program, so how it was spells, it will be about the history, about the Russia-Ukrainian relations for 32 years, Russian disinformation statements, Ukrainian famous posture stolen by Russia. Is the war in Ukraine is the only Russian conflict or not? We will see things that just make sense in Ukraine and the Kahoot game. So let's start. And the history, let's start from the history. When did this start? The whole world is watching the war in Ukraine now, which began in 2014 and resumed in 2022. And every day, our cities suffer from shelling, and there is always no silence in the front line. What happened? What did close nations become enemies? But have we ever been brother nations? You know the answers? Nobody knows. No, gotta know. Because confrontation between Ukrainians and Russian began long before the 2014 or 2022. For centuries, the Ukrainian language and culture were not recognized, and attempts were made to erase them. Even when Ukrainian lands were part of the Russian Empire or other states, Ukrainians fought for their identity and independence. So you see some pictures of these events. Ukraine was a great and long history. This country is a descent of Kievan Rus, Galicia-Volyn Principality, and the Kazakh Hetmanate. The first country, Kievan Rus, was founded in 1882 and collapsed in 2040. Russian first country formation was founded far later, in 1277. Russia-Ukraine relations since independence. Ukrainian-Russian relations have always been complex and tense, and this remained unchanged ever after Ukraine gained independence in 1891. Since then, many political conflicts have arisen that have attempted to weaken the Ukrainian economy and government system. For example, it's gas blackmail, publicly announced statements enlarging on the territory of Ukraine, open support to pro-Russian candidates, using propaganda to ruin a difference between Ukrainian and Russian identities, or to show Ukraine in a bad light. Also, you need to know little things about the gas blackmail. So it's a sort of manipulation which contended a sharp increase in gas prices, which became much higher compared to other countries' prices, and even cut off all gas supplies. As a result, Ukraine had a lot of debts and had to sign a lot of agreements that weakened our economical and political position. Publicity announced statement encroaching on the territory of Ukraine. Russia publicly recognized the join of Crimea in 1854 as legal. Also, Russian president released an essay on the historical unity of Russian and Ukrainians on Russian Independence Day on 12th of July of 2021. Open support to pro-Russian candidates. So Russia supported Viktor Yanukovych, our president, that he won the 2004 president election, which was found to be rigged and led to the Orange Revolution and re-election. He became president in 2010 and was the one who chose not to sign the association agreement with European Union, instead decided to build closer relations with Russia. Disinformation by Russians. Throughout the history, Russia has appropriated and hidden Ukrainian culture and identity from the world, and later began spreading lies about Ukraine. Russia spreads a lot of disinformation through news channels and social media. Here are some examples which is used right now. So Ukraine precious Russian-speaking people. The Ukrainian authorities are illegal, and NATO promised Russia not to expand after the Cold War. And also normalization of occupation is also a part of their disinformation propaganda channels. And here you can see the methods that they do. So they just don't rebuild the buildings that they shelled with their bombs and rockets, but build a new one to make this picture of building something in Mariupol. So this photo from 2023. Russian or actually not Russian, Ukrainian famous artists. So it's Kazimir Malevich, was born in Kiev, an avant-garde artist and art theorist. He identified himself as Ukrainian. Ilya Rypin, or in Russian sense is Rapin, an realist painter born in Chuguyev, Kharkiv region. And Arkhip Kuinji, landscape painter, Ukrainian of Greek origin, born in Mariupol. All of them are one of the famous painters of Ukrainian, and they are authors of a lot of works. For example, Ilya Rypin make works called Cossacks Write a Letter to the Turkish Sultan, or Ukrainian Near the Mood, Burlaki on the Volga, and Ivan the Terrible and his son Ivan. Also, I guess you heard about the paints by Kazimir Malevich called Black Square. It's one of the famous paintings of the 20th century. And a lot of them also hidden in Russia, and they always say that they're artists. The only military conflict or consistent policy. A military conflict in which Russia has participated since its independence, since 1891. So they participate in the civil war in Georgia, or the South Ossetia War, and Abkhazia War. They came part in the armed conflict in Transnistria, the First Chechen War, the Second Chechen War, Russo-Georgian War, in invasion in Syria. So here you can see the change of war, or things that just make sense in Ukraine. You could get your phones and check this QR code. Visit the site of Deep State Map. So it's live map of the other territories, occupied territories that was controlled by Russia, by Ukrainian, and other stuff. So there have a lot of information on this site, and I guess you need to check this and see all stuff that they do for this moment to the civil people from all over the world. Next one, I guess you know or not. So we have an air alert app. So it looks like this, and we could see it's if it's rockets goes to Ukraine or not, if we will have an air alert or not in some hours or not, from which territory, from which and which type of rockets goes to Ukraine. It sounds crazy, but it's really things that everyone of Ukrainians use like every day, and for a couple of times per day. Also, the combat system of management of the tactical in Kropiva helps our militaries, helps our soldier to defend and to do different kind of operations near the front line and also on the front line. And another one thing, it's apps for documentation. So we have our documents in one app named DIA. It was created in 2020, and also it has like two different modes or 2 different apps also for the army named Army Plus, and for the men who just waiting or want to join army called Reserve Plus. I also have this one like Reserve Plus and D as well. Yeah. So yeah, that's all. I want to be sure to do to tell all of stuff as faster as I can. So now I guess we could playing little one Kahoot games. Are you ready for this? Yeah, so I guess you need to prepare your phones and your cameras.
What means Kahoot? Like, what is it? What,
Okay.
what are you talking? I still don't understand.
Okay, Kahoot is an app to play different games, to set the questions and make an answer net, and to see who is better or who is better know something or less more about something. Let me just couple of minutes to find this link because I just lost it. Just prepare your phones.
You can join just in Google, write Kahoot, and then write a number of game, and then you will join. Or will be QR code of this game, so so all is fine. Just QR code, and all will be fine.
I think this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We tried to make it more interactive as well as possible.
Thank you. I have to register here. Yeah.
No, we will виведемо на екран. Go it on this on the presentation QR code and number of yeah, and then people can join. Will can join.
Okay.
Somebody love Kahoot. Oh, it's very nice. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, friends. I'm just lost the link of the for the Kahoot. So let's just start another one things of our meeting. And for this moment, I will searching for this link. And after the presentations, we will share the link and we show the QR code on the Kahoot. So now I want allow to share presentation of herself with the Maria Logvanenko. So Marichka, the stage is yours. You could share your presentation.
Okay, 1 second.
Yeah, so the rules of these presentations, we could share our comments and making the questions after the 3 of them, like after the 3 of presentation by Maria, by me, and by Alina. So after 3 of them, we could share our meanings, our questions also. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, good. First of all, hi everyone, and thank you so much for being here today, and thank you for supporting Ukraine. It means more than you can imagine, and even so, in whole honesty, I would rather prefer not to be here and not to have this event, if you know what I mean. But reality is brutal. Here we are, and therefore, again, I'm very grateful for your presence and your care. That matters deeply to me and to millions of Ukrainians. I would like to start with a brief introduction. My name is Maria. I'm 25 years old. I'm originally from Kupiansk, the small town in the Kharkiv region of Ukraine. Kupiansk was occupied from the very beginning of the full-scale invasion, as many cities in eastern and southern part of Ukraine. And I would like to quickly show you the map where you can see how the occupation went from the very beginning. I think it demonstrates quite a lot on the map how fast things were changing. In yellow color, you can see the regions that were occupied by Russia. And here, I'm not sure if you see my mouse, but in Kharkiv region, close to Kharkiv, also my hometown. And let's also see what goes beyond the map. Kupiansk was occupied in the first days of the full-scale invasion, and my family, my grandparents were living there under the Russian occupation, without connection, sometimes without water, without electricity, and only 50 kilometers away from Russian border and large railway hub determined the important role of my hometown for the occupiers. Military equipment was driven through the city to the front line. Internal Russian passports were issued here. Russian textbook for Ukrainian school children were unloaded here. It was here that the Russians stole Ukrainian grain and sent it to Russia by rail. During these 6 months, Kupiansk experienced the whole composition of the occupation, from the distribution of Russian humanitarian aid to kidnapping and torturing pro-Ukrainian residents. In addition to the fact that military patrolled the city, post offices, banks, shops stopped working. It became impossible to get anything outside of the city. Some stores still had food. Pharmacies were open, but there were almost no medicine in there. And the occupiers turned off Ukrainian television and caused communication interruption. At the beginning of April, telephone communication in Kupiansk completely disappeared, and therefore didn't have any connection with my relatives. They had to go to another occupied city in order to have a brief phone call to share the updates. And just to share with you a brief example how insane and how efficient the propaganda was working there in the closed territory. Once I had a call with my grandma, and she asked me, "Oh, Maria, I heard that Poland took Lviv, they occupied Lviv." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, interesting news. I never heard about that." But that's just to give you imagination how insane it was there to live without any source of information and how fast the propaganda was spreading. And Russians set up the roadblocks, all their exits from the city. Locals told that since May it has become impossible to leave the city, especially impossible to relocate to the territory controlled by Ukrainian authorities. Those who disagree with the policies of the occupation government were brought to the local police station where they're interrogated, sometimes with the use of electric current. If a person doesn't pass the interrogation and arouses Russian suspicions, they could be taken to newly established prisons and torture chambers in various districts of the city. According to the data, there were at least 4 such torture chambers, one on the territory of the former sugar factory, the neighborhood where I was spending all my childhood, in the heating network building, in the basement of the water supply company, and in the police station. 4 months after their occupation, Kupiansk was repainted in the Russian colors. Bridges, local administration, and city streets were decorated with 3 colors. And there were posters all around the city that Russia will be here forever. And also, at the end of the academic year, the graduates from my city were received Russian documents for their education. Representatives conducted classes with children of preschool age. And luckily, studying according to Russian textbook in school didn't last long, because on September 9, the Ukrainian military liberated Kupiansk from the Russian occupiers, along with other cities and villages of Kharkiv Oblast. And now the city is in the middle of the front line, under constant everyday missile attacks, and almost destroyed, as well as my house, which you can see on this slide, whipped off the map, and with them also all the memories of my childhood. But it's also important to note that, of course, you can hear quite a lot in the news that people were waiting for the Russia, people were not minding having Russians, majority of people were speaking Russian there. And I just want to show you a brief video to actually confront this statement, because in April, people in my hometown went on the protest while risking their lives with Ukrainian flags. As I told you before, they knew that they were risking, they could be tortured, they could be killed. But anyway, they took the brave decision to go and to show their statements. In my decision, it's a very powerful statement. And they were standing that Kupiansk, it's Ukraine. And that was a brief story of my city. Of course, it's hard to fit more than 3 years in 20-minute presentation, so I wouldn't share with you all their experiences. How does it feel to have a family, to go by myself through all the terrors of the war? But I also wanted to share one message, because initially, when I was asked to speak today, I hesitated, because after all, I'm not a politician, I'm not a celebrity, not a professor, not an expert. I'm just a person. And of course, I wondered, would my words even matter? But then I remembered something, that one of the most efficient slogans of Russian propaganda is, "We are just small people. We cannot change anything." You hear it all the time. I'm not responsible. It's not my fault. It's all about the politics. And I personally don't believe that. And I will tell you a bit more why. Because of what's happening in Ukraine today is not just a result of one man pressing a button. It's not a Putin. It's thousands of people following orders, making choices, human beings who do monstrous things. It wasn't Putin who raped hundreds of women, men, and children during the occupation. It wasn't Putin who looted homes, who stole from families, who threatened elderly neighbors. It wasn't Putin who shot civilians in the back as they were trying to evacuate, or shelled homes with the children sleeping inside. It wasn't Putin who personally destroyed my house. It wasn't Putin who killed my ex-colleague, Evgenia Basilevich, and her 3 daughters while they were sleeping at home in Lviv, leaving only the father of the family with a big grief. It wasn't Putin who tortured my friend Phil in the captivity to death. It wasn't Putin forcing my grandparents to evacuate to Russia and therefore not leaving me a chance to see them again. They were small people doing big harm. And these people had a choice, and they choose evil. So I don't believe in this excuse. Because in the end, the history is shaped by all of us, not only by tyrants alone, by our actions and our inactions. And therefore, I also don't believe that small people don't make a difference, but a bit of because of the different reasons. Because During this time, during these horrible times, I also seen extraordinary courage and kindness. And it's also proof that small steps matter and small actions matter. I will briefly share with you a few examples. In the beginning of the full-scale invasion, I was in Poland. I went there 2 days before the 24th of February for the business trip. And then 2 weeks after, I took a brave or stupid decision, it's up to you to judge, to go back to Ukraine. And as you can imagine, there were no flights, there were no even train or bus connections, proper connections back in the days.
There's a crazy
therefore the
fire out
only
here.
Oh, sorry? Okay. So the only one way was to go to Ukraine through the volunteers network. So I found the volunteers who were going to Ukraine, and it was truly heartbreaking because they were just regular people with their normal full-time jobs. The man who was driving me was renovating the escalators in his normal life, but instead of spending the time with his family doing barbecue or whatever, he decided to go to Ukraine to provide humanitarian aid. And there were so many people like him, which made me personally cry because they didn't have to, but they choose to. And there's so many examples of kindness and support from regular people. For example, the small donations from Aegeans across the Europe, starting from €5, made a difference because we were able to buy a bus which evacuated thousands of civilians from the war zones. Due to initiatives of Aegeans from different entities, from Bochum, from Vilnius, from Zurich, and many, many others, we managed to supply civilians and troops with the humanitarian aid and hope. We show them that they're not alone. And even you being here today is a proof that we are not powerless, because one drone sent to Ukraine might save 10 lives. And yes, I know that it's always a controversial topic to talk about the military, but I think it's important also to mention that, in my opinion, if we will not help the army, there will be no one to receive humanitarian aid, there will be no one to receive the pasta or, I don't know, whatever. And one donation might get someone medical care. One voice might help cut through the fog of propaganda. And therefore, that matters. So to sum it up, I don't believe that we are small people. And to prove that, what can you do? You don't have to be a politician. You don't have to be a soldier. You just have to care and act for that care. Support trusted organizations, speak out online, in your communities, advocate for continued support to Ukraine, go on a protest in your cities, refuse to let Ukraine become a yesterday news or just statistics. I'm personally very grateful for all the foreigners, especially, who continue to support Ukraine. As I said, you don't have to, but you choose to. And it really helps us a lot in this fight to have these feelings that we are not alone. And therefore, thank you so much again. Ukraine is still fighting, still resisting, still standing. And people of Ukraine are not giving up, and neither should we, as long as we remember that none of us are small. As long as we choose action over apathy, there is a hope. So thank you so much for listening to me. That would be it from my side.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you for your presentation. And next one will be me. So I need to prepare the presentation. So do you see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can see.
So it's me, like and 2 years ago, I guess. So I had more short hair of my yeah, that's me. I'm working in for this moment. I'm working in a touring network that helps different type of young people in Lviv. It's a city and near to Poland border with Ukraine. So we help young people to do things that they want. We make the projects with them, for them, and with them, and do a lot of stuff that's nice for the council of our city, for our country, I guess. And maybe I could share my contacts later for you to sharing this US policy experience that Ukraine and I especially have now and could share with you. So I'm from the Polohi, it's the Zaporizhia region. So it is a small part of our not so small city. So approximately there are 18,000 people live as of 2022. And it has like only 16 kilometers squares. And the main things that we have a river, not so big, but like 100 years ago or maybe 50, I don't know. There was already ships goes from the Azov Sea to the Dnipro River, and for making different things, like for different things. Okay, like just for that. We have a lot of economy and enterprises things. So we have one of the biggest in south and eastern part of Europe oil extraction plant. Also, we have chemical plant Coagulant, mining company Mineral, and Dnipro Keramica. So all of them are one of the biggest in the Zaporizhia region. And the city was founded in 1887 during the construction of the railway line between Katerinoslav, for now it's Dnipro, and Berdansk. It was officially granted city status in 1838. And actually my parents, my grandpa, grandma, grandpa, all of them are working on the railway. And it's a big pleasure for me to get you to know that my grandpa has 2 monuments of him in my hometown, like a statue for the working, for the being a nice guy, to do a lot of good stuff for this region and for this city. This is one of the biggest railway and highway hub in this region, connecting industrial areas of Donbas, Berdansk, Kryvyi Rih, and Dnipro. And it's a historical thing that our city was occupied in the Second World War. And it was occupied like really faster, like in 1 day only. And from the beginning of the 2022, it's already occupied and still occupied for this moment. So let's see a video from my childhood. What about the city? How it was, how it feels like.
Зоря, духмяна чиста, холодком повіяла злані. Знається коханим місто, і чудовий солов'їний спів. знайомі тобою дороги, тополі зросли на весь ріст. День добрий, пологий, де я народився і зріс. Золотими промінцями сонце ніжно пестить вулиці твої. Бачу я через моє віконце, йдуть на працю земляки мої. Знайомі до полю дороги, тополі зросли на весь ріст. День добрий, пологий, де я народився і зріс. Змалку я закоханий у тебе, молодієш ти з року в рік. Тож рости будівлями до неба, рідне моє місто трудівник. Знайомі до полю дороги, тополі зросли на весь ріст. День добрий, пологий, де я народився і зріс. І тебе не перестану, для мене квітка по весні. Поглядом своїм куди не гляну, до краплини все живе у мені. Знайомі до полю дороги, тополі зросли на весь рік. День добрий, пологий, де я народився і зріс. День добрий, пологий, де я народився і зріс.
So that a short video to demonstrate how it's to be Ukrainian, how to be local people of Zaporizhia region, of Pologi city especially, and how it how it feels. Yeah, I really like this video. It's only 3 minutes, but it has like a lot of things that I love from my city, from all of my stuff that I had in the childhood, about the strays, about the streets, about these people. Oh, yeah. But now, from the from the beginning of March in 2022, Pologi was occupied, and front line, as you see on this map. So it's a screenshot from the deep state that I shared you. Here is a Pologi, and it's like a 25 kilometers away from the front line, and it's still there. It's slowly moved to the Zaporizhia in this left top corner, and a lot of Russian troops are staying there and just staying there, and just do a lot of I just can say it. It's just things that I can't even imagine that the people could do with people, and all of this, not all of this, but a lot of the buildings that you see on this video, a lot of manufacturers that you see, a lot of people for this moment are not live there. A lot of people just move and just leave their houses, leave their elder friends and families that want to go from their hometown to somewhere else, to go abroad, to go to the unknown territories of Ukraine for them, and just leave to nowhere and just staying there, just waiting for Ukraine, waiting for our soldiers to make these territories free of occupation, free of Russia. And here are a few photos of from the local resident, Lena. So it's the first day when they come to us on the tanks with a different type of vehicles. There was no military in this city. It was so peaceful, just small town with their people that want to live their lives, making their dreams come true, and hoping for big and strong Ukraine. And now a lot of their apartments and small houses are destroyed. Their cars are burned down. The streets, trees and other stuffs are broken. Just for what? I can understand for what they do this thing with my parents also, because actually I was there. I was in my hometown when it just beginning. When all of this started in 2022, I was with my parents. I just came there to visit them, because now I'm living like in a 1,500 kilometers away from them, and I have like 1 week only to visit them in the holidays after the university study. And I came to them to visit, just to say hello, how are you, to visit my friends, to visit neighbors, to spend some time with them. And in one day only, after being there, I understand, I just hear the news about Putin said that he will become, and he just started this stupid operation, as he said it's operation, not the war yet. And I live in 2 days. I leave hometown by the last one train that goes not to Zaporizhzhia, just go to Dnipro, and I will go. I just had a marshroute that goes like 3 days. We spent 3 days in a train to just move to another one territory and go to Lviv back, and starting the volunteering from the first day that I just go. And when I came to Lviv, it was like 2 or 3rd of May, I can't remember. And this day, I last time heard my mother that just was there with my grandma, with my father. They stay there. I don't know why they stay there. They just don't want to leave, because all of their times that they spend in this city, they just their lives, all of this stuff was on this city, and they can't even imagine how to be and how to live not in apology, and how to build their life from zero, from nothing to something that they already has, and at this small town. And for this moment, it's still occupied. It's already 3 years that I haven't seen my hometown, that I haven't seen. Oh, okay. I can't. I just forgot about this. That my mom already goes from this occupied territory, and for this moment they lived in Belgium. They moved there in 3 months after the 3 months of occupation, and they don't have any kind of water on food or something, kind of supplies, medicine or something. They just have nothing. We had a generator that works somehow and makes an electricity only for our house. And after the 2 months of not hearing each other, I can't understand where they are, what they're thinking about, what they know. Maybe they already died, or just bomb shells our house too. And after the 2 months, in first dates of April, the mom called me and say that we goes to Zaporizhia, and they're all okay with us. We spent like 2 hours more in Lviv, and after that they leave to Belgium, and we have like no more possibilities to see each other, because as you know, our men's can go abroad from Ukraine because of the this military position, and we need to and save our people in the country, to save the economy, to save people here, and make the dream to be a peaceful country, to be a free country in a near time. And my dream is to make free my hometown, and when it will be free, when it will be without any Russians, any soldiers, I want to came there and be at a mayor. Just be someone who rebuild, who grow up the city from zero to something new, reimagine this territory, and bring another one free, like this spirit, Ukrainian spirit, and these territories, to this building, to this nature. So that's my dream, and that's my story. Thank you for listening and having me. Yeah, and next one will be Alina. So you could share your presentation
Yeah, 1 minute.
as well.
Okay. Do you see?
Yeah.
Is
Yep.
everyone see my picture, my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, so my name is Alina. I'm from Kryvyi Rih. This is a city close to Frontline, but not so close as as another. But I want to share with you my story and the story of my city. So first of all, like about Kryvyi Rih, this is the longest city in Europe. It's over 126 kilometers long, and this is stretching along a rich strip of iron ore. Okay, I can't. Oh no, I can. Along a straight strip of iron ore, and it is one of the industrial centers of Ukraine, known for its mining industry and steel production. The city plays a key role in the national economy, and also this is the hometown of Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. As of April 2025, Kryvyi Rih remains about 70 kilometers from the front line. Despite its distance, the city continues to be regularly subjected to missile and drone attacks, underscoring its strategic importance and resilience. When Russia started the full-scale war, Kryvyi Rih had almost no army in the city. Most soldiers were on the Donbas front, and there were only 42 local defense fighters, 600 National Guardsmen, and just 2 mortars. People were scared and started to leave the city, but the city government said clearly, we will fight with everything we have. No military, only industry. At the beginning, Kryvyi Rih had no weapons, no trained army, and no time to prepare, and we used what we had, industrial machines. Big mining trucks, excavators, cranes, and Belaz vehicles were used to block roads and airports. This industrial equipment became our first line of defense. The city used construction machines to close runways, stop convoys, and slow the enemy's movement. Following the president order, local defense councils were created. Workers and businesses built barricades, trenches, and shelters. We blew up bridges and tunnels in the south to stop Russian tanks. For 3 weeks, the enemies couldn't pass. The muddy files and blocked roads helped us win time. And this is how ordinary people became heroes. My own story. My father joined the local self-defense unit. He and other neighbors, just normal people who had never held a weapon before, patrolled our area every night. They choose to protect their city and people, risking their own safety. Russian military convoy from Kherson moved towards Kryvyi Rih. Ukrainian aviation stopped part of it near Bashtanka. The rest was blocked near our city by huge trucks and road obstacles. Russian planes even tried to land near Kryvyi Rih, but we blocked the airport with industrial vehicles. Kryvyi Rih helped build over 300 kilometers of anti-tank trenches and more than 400 defense points in Dnipropetrovsk, Kherson, and Mykolaiv regions. 70% of this work was done by city utility workers and 30% by local factories. Our mining and metal industrials became part of Ukrainians' defense. Kryvyi Rih supported the army with uniforms, helmets, cars, drones, and more. The city provided over 1.8 billion hryvnias in total help, one of the highest amounts in Ukraine. More than 120,000 refugees passed through the city, and around 80,000 decided to stay. We gave them homes, food, medical, and psychology help. Kryvyi Rih also became the main hospital center for wounded soldiers from the south. About water crisis after dam explosion. After Russians destroyed the Kakhovka dam, over 540 thousands people in Kryvyi Rih were left without water. The city quickly built temporary pipelines and is now building permanent ones. But the water is still so much unsafe. Many people suffer from skin disease, stomach infections, and long-term health problem. And the damage from this water crisis is so much serious and will last for years. Especially this photo in the right, like, I don't know, you can see or not, this is filter. I took this picture this morning. For example, this is filter, it's connected to a washing machine and has only gone through 3 washes. Just 3 times I wash my clothes and how this filter look now. So, yes. Because of the proximity to line front, missile strikes have become tragically common. One of them hit my own neighborhood. A rocket struck the central hotel area. This just 2 kilometers from my home. It's a place I walked past every day. Many people I know were hurt. Sadly, the parents of my friend Diana suffered the most. Her father was killed and her mother lost 1 leg and 1 arm. Now Diana is left alone to care for her child, who is just 1 year old, and this time while her husband is away fighting in the war. For example, I took especially this picture for her. She asked me to show how her apartment look now. She living just across the hotel. And unfortunately, the horrors continue. On April 4, 2025, a Russian ballistic missile hit a playground in Kryvyi Rih, killing 19 people, including 9 children. The attack was recognized by United Nations as deadliest attack on Ukrainian children since the start of the full-scale invasion. And that was just a beautiful, I remember this day, beautiful and peaceful Friday evening, and there were no military bases or troop concentration. There was just a playground and residential area of the city. And I'm always amazed and impressed by the people of Kryvyi Rih. After so many horrors, we continue to do our job, like to live our lives, and despite the lack of heat in winter, the lack of water in summer, and the general feeling of anxiety, we still together and help each other. And as a conclusion, I wanted to say that Kryvyi Rih became a symbol of resistance, a city without an army, without weapons, without time, but with hard work, courage, and unity. We defended ourselves with machines, hearts, and fight, and we're still standing. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lena. Thank you very much for this presentation.
Yeah.
Big thanks to all the Kryvyi Rih local people. Thank you, all of you. And now I want to ask to Natalia to share a presentation about the EGEA Support Ukraine, to share some information to all of you and all of us, how just keep the information phone, how to help Ukrainians, how to help Ukrainian geographers as well, and to understand how we, all of us, can help or join.
Sorry, can you see my presentation?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you all speakers who was before this. Now I have a so quick presentation, but I want to tell about some organization, about some volunteering, and how people can help, and how already people help each other. So this is organizations and initiatives operating in Ukraine and abroad and directing their activities to support Ukraine. I think maybe you know, or you just listen somewhere, Razum for Ukraine. This is the organization Razum, like together, was founded in 2014 in New York with the revolution of dignity, when millions of people worked together and risked their lives to build a part or to a better future for Ukraine. Those who could not be in Ukraine at the time wanted to contribute to the movement in any way they could from abroad. And currently, this organization, among other things, provides humanitarian and other support to people affected by the war. And after my presentation, I also shared link in chat. So if you want, you will have opportunity to show, ask, look in all this. So the next initiative is Save Ukraine, a non-government organization that regularly organizes rescue missions to return deported children from Russia, and is engaged in the evacuation of the most vulnerable segments of the population from the combat zone. It also carries out rehabilitation, provided humanitarian and psychological support to displaced person. Come Back Alive, it's like in Ukraine we call it Повернись живим. Come Back Alive is Army Assistance Fund and NGO that provides analytics in the security and defense sector. The organization began its activities in 2014 too. And also Superhuman Center, I showed you, you know about it. Also Prince Harry, when he come to Ukraine, he also come to Superhuman Center, so it's possible when you somewhere hear about it. It's a modern center for prosthetic, reconstructive surgery, rehabilitation and psychological support for adults and children affected by war. The next is United 24. I think you maybe also should know, or if not know, it's how it called. Guys, help me, please. It's governmental initiative. When
Yeah, that's right. Governmental.
Залучення коштів на підтримку України. Make fundraise in the big, в великих об'ємах, in the big... Okay, I forgot this word, I'm sorry, but this is also initiative for Help Ukraine and many відомих...
I can help you, Natalia. So this initiative is supported by government, and they include so many celebrities worldwide to show visibility to what's happening to Ukraine. And with these campaigns, they also fundraise a lot of money, then they're going to support civilians in Ukraine.
Okay, thank you so much, Maria. And yes, and the last on this slide, initiative Helping to Live. This initiative which evacuate people from occupied territories and dangerous areas under fire. This is that initiatives, but not all. It's the most, I don't know, the most important, just for what I think today. Yeah, but these initiatives is important and make so much work. And what about, I also wanted to say, it's volunteering fundraising. Next slide. No, oh my God. No, sorry, technical issues. Okay. Right. And the second slide. Okay, when my computer is sync, I will speak. Okay, thank you so much. Volunteering and fundraising funds creating their own auxiliary mini collections for the amount of money they can afford. It is worth nothing that a lot of students, young, active, and conscious people joined into the to help. At the beginning, of the full-scale invasion, young people, and not only young people, but people of different age categories and different professions, etc., very actively started volunteering, helping, and providing humanitarian aid to people who lost their homes, helping and assisting with evacuation from dangerous areas, providing assistance to our military, thanks to whom we can live, study, develop, work, etc. today. So you can see on this slide so many people helping to raise funds right now. These photos are the fundraising efforts by ordinary students, activists, our geographers, our friends on the social media. Okay, next slide. We will wait, but I will speak. What about TGS Support Ukraine? This is also initiative, heartfelt volunteer initiative dedicated to fostering a platform of fundraising, mutual support, and solidarity with Ukraine, anti-agents from across Europe in shared missions of care and compassion. So, whom TGS Support Ukraine was help. We help targeted donations to our friends geographers. Also, initiatives provide medical assistance and organize blood donations. People living in cities close frontline initiatives who reacted fast to help people after recent bombings. It was in Kharkiv and the same was in Kyiv, and we helped on these initiatives and take and give some money which we had for help people who react now on that was I don't know, and charitable foundation like Free Kharkiv Movement and others who Pristina, who all time help people in frontline territories, evacuate children, and all. Aegea Support Ukraine, I mean about people, guys from Aegea who wanted to help, who helped, who organized some fundraising events and etc. His help was very impactful, and now on this slide you can see a fundraising event in Bochum. You can see this on the slide Matthew and Maria and Diane of Bochum University. Also, you can see Brussels was also Bochum sent us tweets, and this Brussels, one of them was shared, I don't know, to Kherson region, to humanitarian center in Kherson. This also photo from Aegea Vilnius, and guys from Vilnius also bring humanitarian support, and so much people organized some initiatives, fundraising events, and more, and it was very, very helpful. And my last slide, if you want to support Ukraine, you can use any Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, if you want to support Ukraine, you can use these initiatives. I will send it in chat, in Zoom chat. Also, Aegea Support Ukraine have PayPal, natalia.filmonchuk@gmail.com. And if you want, you can also follow our initiatives. Aegea Support Ukraine, Aegea West, who also are organizer of this event, УСМГ, Ukrainian Union of Young Geographers, and Aegea Europe. So this is my end of presentation. And if anybody wants to ask, tell, speak something or add something, it would be fine. I will be happy. So thank you so much for your attention and for listening.
Thank you, Natalia, for presentation. I guess you can share the last slide in a chat. Actually, you could make a screen and share in this chat in Zoom, so everybody could download and save the links and save the photos of QR codes of from the last slide of that you demonstrate. Yeah. So friends, guys, make some reacts for our presentations. Here, you can leave any of them. So how you feel, how you looks. Okay, yeah, I see 3 of them, 5, 6, 5 hearts, 6 hearts, 7
So
hearts.
how to start here? I find it.
Do we want to do the question and answer now, or do we want to do the Kahoot? So I know some people
Yeah, I guess we could
excited for the Kahoot
now, and after that we could stop after the Kahoot, we could stop the recording and making a question answer session. Yep, you ready? You can
Just give me a few seconds.
Sure.
In those few seconds, may I just ask if Aegea has already been presented?
No, Matthew, you can go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I got the time zones mixed up. I think that's the thing in the US as well. It's not only a thing in Europe. So I'm really sorry about that. I joined about half an hour too late. Yeah, so I'm Matthew. I'm kind of representing Aegea now. I'm making a terrible first impression, but there you go. So I'm the regional contact person of the Western region, and together with Jake and Aegea Support Ukraine, we try to set this thing up here. Basically, Aegea stands for the European Geography Association. egea.eu is the website. And it's essentially a network of students or young people that are interested in geography. And it's a great way to kind of travel around Europe cheaply because you just stay at each other's places. There's regular events, there's congresses and so on. But there's also like a very strong scientific part in it as well. So there's a journal that we publish. There's regular scientific kind of online events or events in person. And you always kind of get a little peek into what's going on in geography across Europe, and it's really interesting. But over the last couple of years, obviously, Aegea has become a platform for social movements as well, such as Aegea Support Ukraine, which is great. It's just basically about using a platform for things that you're passionate about and that you believe in. And Aegea Support Ukraine is one of those great things. We've got another talk with, or we had another talk with student activists in Serbia on Monday, which was really interesting. And we've got another one coming up with someone who's presenting the current situation in Georgia next Thursday on the 100th anniversary of the end of the Second World War. So that's also quite interesting. Very, very important fights being fought for democracy at the moment all over Europe, and it's definitely worth checking that out. Yeah, that's all. If you're interested in Aegea, if you've got any questions about it, if you need any contacts anywhere in Europe, feel free to just DM us on Instagram or via our email, which is west@egea.eu. And then, yeah, that's all really. So thanks.
Thank you, Matthew. You could share the link on the EGEA here in chat.
I'll do that, yeah.
Yeah, sure. So let's start the Kahoot, because I find the link on the Kahoot, so I could share it with you. Da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. Do you hear this music?
No, not really. If you turn it up a bit, maybe.
Yeah.
No.
So now you could join just scanning this QR code in front of you. Oh, here it is. Just scan by your camera. And there you can share your name or your nickname or everything you want. And just take an avatar so nobody can understand is it you or not. So that is the first question, the first quest for you to make the avatar of you, how you feel yourself. Okay, here's Alex, Geshu, Ned, Oksana, Ben. Uh-huh, 11 of us is here. The 12 of us. One more. So now we have like 23 participants here. 14. $15 of us. So we could just text in the chat if you have a problem with join. Oh yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you for sharing the link. Yeah, 16. It's great. You saw someone are joining? Need to wait to someone?
Oh, one more.
One more, yeah.
I think we're probably good to go. I think you can still, oh, maybe not. I think you can still join even if we start, I think.
Oh
so-
no, after the beginning, after the start, they can join. So
Yeah.
we need to wait here.
Okay. It's been a long time since I played Kahoot.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we could start. Are you ready? Just send any emoji or something in the chat. Any reaction that you're ready or you're not ready. It's also okay. Yeah, so let's start. Yeah. All instruments are ready, so let's go. Yeah, I see the chats. Ready, ready, ready. Super. So what do you know about the Ukraine? The name of the Kahoot. So welcome to Kahoot about Ukraine. You will know some facts about Ukraine, its history, and numbers about the Russian-Ukrainian war. Let's go! Oh. I can just step forward. Okay, I see. Yeah, let's go. How many times has Ukrainian language been banned? So there are a few answers. You need to put exactly the meaning, the answer that you think is the real. Yeah, nice. 6 of you was right. So it's 134 times. Quite a lot. Yep, quite a lot. And maybe you need to know some rules of the Kahoot. So you just try your first one answer. And the main rules is to not to be so luckily or not luckily has a true answer, but do this answer as quick as you could. Just like to be too quick to answer, to understand the question also. Yes, so it's two main rules: to be to get the clear answers and to do it as faster as you can. Yeah, so Ukrainian language was banned like 134 times, and the famous prohibition in the Emsky decree in 1876. The decree prohibited printing books in Ukrainian, teaching it in primary schools, organizing concerts with Ukrainian songs of theoretical performances, and introduction books into the territory. Yep, let's go. Next one. What year does the first written mention of the word Ukraine date from? Like the first time. Yeah, that's right. 8 of you has a correct answer. Oh, we changed the leaders. So Ilya on the first place, Ben on the second, and Ned on the third. Let's go, let's go, let's go. And here are the some stories about this, like more information. So there are some myths that Ukraine is a new country without its history, because the Ukrainian lands were part of various states. For the first time, the word Ukraine was mentioned in the Hypatia Chronicle in 1187, and documents state that the inhabitants of the Ukrainian land miss one their princess. So, and in this photo is one of the first maps of Ukraine that we have for this moment. The next one. In what year was the first Ukrainian constitution written? Everybody knows about the United States Constitution, but about the Ukrainian Constitution, it's another one question. That's right. A lot of you know about that. It's cool. It's really cool. So it's 17 and 10. Yeah, Ilya in the first place, and Ned goes for the second place. Ben You have the richest series of correct answers, but you go to the third place. Yeah, so the first constitution was created in 1710. The document came into force when the Swedish King Charles XII won the Moscow Kingdom and gave independence to Ukraine. The document approved the boundaries of the Kazakh Hetmanate, and document consisted agreement about eternal peace, especially with the Crimean Khanate. Yeah, and it was like one of the first constitutions that have ever written in the world. The next question: how many Ukrainian writers were killed during the Russo-Ukrainian War? I'm so happy to to spell in this, but it's not so fun, but because it's a team, yeah, you know, because of the theme, it's not so funny, but yeah, that's right. So there are a lot of artists were murdered. Yeah, so nothing changed. Thank you for for do nothing, for make no work for me. Yeah, so since 2014, 153 Ukrainian poets and writers have been killed in Ukraine. Sorry, there is somebody talking. Andrei, I muted you. Thank you. And one of this is the author of children's book, Volodymyr Vakulenko, who was murdered during the occupation of Rising in 2022. And the poet Maxim Krivtsov, who died defending Ukraine in 2024 with his cat, and is the poet Victoria Melina, who died in 2023. And it's not at all. And I guess that we have in the near future also a lot of problems in poetry with Ukrainian language and masterpieces problem with it because of Russian-Ukrainian war. The next question: when was the song Carol of the Bells performed for the first time on the American stage? 1839, 1836, or 1939. That's right, 1922. Oh, we changed the leaders. Jason, yep, that's right. Jason on the first, Ben on the second place, Monica Geller, hello. Nice to see you on the top 3. One of the most popular songs in the world is Ukrainian. Щедрик is Ukrainian folk carol. The masterpiece of Mykola Leontovich became known throughout the world to promote knowledge about Ukraine, and the UNR, Ukrainian National Republic, leader Simon Petlura sent a Ukrainian choir on a tour of Europe and America in 1922. The song quickly became a phenomenon and became like more American and translated in English language. How long did the longest air raid last? Hard question to you. Nobody knows the answer. Nobody know. Yeah, that's right. Unfortunately, but it's a lot of days. Oh, we already changed the leaders and the Cashew, Nat, and Monica Geller. Thanks for right answer. So the longest alarm is still ongoing, and this screen is making today with this app with the site of a Ukraine alarm that I told in the previous presentation, and it's it was set on the 1st of April in the Luhansk region. The last one question for today: which animal became one of the symbols of Ukraine since 2022? Dog patron or pes patron, cat Levchik, bull Martin and wild boar Mashka, Odarka and Grigory, a couple of cranes. That's right, pes patron, we called in Ukraine. So you need to know that patron is a detection dog and mascot for the State Emergency Service of Ukraine. The patron first came to prominence during the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine, during which Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky awarded him to order for courage for his work in locating and diffusing an exploded ordnance left behind by Russian. So he is one of the famousest animal in Ukraine, maybe in the world, I don't know. But in Ukraine, he is like one of the biggest person after Mr. President. So let's see. Ilya on the third place. Monica Geller on the second. And the winner of the Kahoot is JC. Nice. On the first floor is Cashew, and the 5 is Neb. Thank you, all of you, for the questions, for your correct answers. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being with Ukraine. Thank you for being on this event. Thank you for having us today here. And thank you all of you.
Did we want to do questions, or do we still? I don't know if we still have some time.
Yeah, we could just for now we could stop the recording. Yeah, so and now we could make.
Yeah, we can open up for questions if anyone has one.
Questions.
I think it's a good opportunity. Especially as Americans, we see a lot in the news, but it's hard to really connect that to what's going on the ground. So I think, yeah, if anyone has a question, raise your hand, or I don't know, just say it.
Maybe it's not about the question, but about maybe your thoughts.
Yeah.
I've got a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, first of all, thank you guys for taking the time to talk to us. I know I can only imagine how hard it is to talk about this stuff, but appreciate you guys coming to speak to us. For my question, a few years ago, I took part in this fundraiser where we raised funds and to send supplies, school supplies to children in Ukraine, and medical supplies for communities in occupied areas. If we were to put together a similar fundraiser again, what would you guys say would be the most useful or most helpful in terms of supplies for occupied communities?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Natalia, you could answer, yeah?
Yes, thank you so much. In my work, I work with occupied territories, but not so much, but a little. Which I can now, after my speech, I can send you some initiatives. Ukrainian volunteer service are helping in temporary occupied territories. Also, organization helping to live, which I sent it in the chat, but they help in evacuation. Sadly, not so much organization are helping in temporary occupied territories, but it's possible. If I will not знайти found it now. I will send it Jake, and Jake can send it for you. Thank you for this important question.
Thank you.
Also, I guess I could add something to Natalia, because from different part of Ukraine, from different territories, we could know and has like different kind of supplies that they need, like local people need. So I guess the first things that you need to contact with these organizations that already help on these territories, maybe in Kherson region or Zaporizhia region or Luhansk, Donetsk, or Kharkiv, Sumy region, and they more closely can share this information that the local people needs, and what in the first place that we could take and get and need to get to them. Yeah, thank you for the question.
Appreciate the advice, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, maybe next one want to share their meaning, their thoughts. Milena Vasko, hi, greeting from Chicago, greetings from Ukraine to you, Milena.
Looks like Ben has a question. Ben, do you want to say that, or should I just read it? Okay, well, I'll just read it. Ben asks, he's curious how you guys all view Zelensky and his handling, and what you think about his handlings with Trump.
Sorry, so what we think about it?
Yeah, or how do you think, I guess, Zelensky is handling, I guess, advocating for Ukraine with the United States? I think maybe is the question.
Yeah, but actually, I could answer. Actually, maybe somebody has their own thoughts about that, but I think that we need just wait for the new one information, because all of us has different kinds and different types and different resource to get this information, and a lot of them are not true. A lot of them are just only thoughts, only I don't know, like the meanings of the someone who thinks like he's want to think, and just info that they want to share, or they can share. And I guess all of our ministries of foreign affairs just do all that they need and all that they can to not sell the Ukraine, as if I can say that. But a lot of people thought that Zelensky could broke on this conversation that was in the White House, but he not. He was strong, and actually he showed that how a lot of Ukrainians thinking about, and our meanings that we need more more help, and to be good trust to Americans, to wait, maybe wait some time and see what other countries do, because after this conversation with Trump, a lot of countries just became more just understand that they also are in this war, are in this situation, and Russian more close to European countries, and not so far also from Russia. And this not a problem only of Ukraine, but also of the whole world and Europe, and especially. Yeah, so I
Well,
guess
maybe
we just sure, Ilya. or Maria? Maria, so you just...
Yeah.
Yeah, Maria.
Yeah, maybe I will just quickly add, of course, it's all about the personal opinions. Everyone can have different views on our presidents. But I think, again, to be a bit more diplomat and not going to a lot of emotions, which I assume both you as Americans have and we as Ukrainians have. But I think it's important to talk about some of the main messages that are going right now in the discussions between our countries, that why Ukraine just don't want to stop and to accept the peace negotiations that are going around, and why we just don't want to stop this war, why we're still fighting, why we want to have security guarantees, why we have to advocate for our territories. Well, first of all, there's human factor. Three of us shared today the stories, me and Mikita also shared the stories, how it feels like to live in occupied area. I think it's not the nicest life you can imagine, and I think people deserve the right to live normal life under their souvenir and democratic values. Second of all is historical factor. Also today during the Kahoot game, you learned that the war between Russia and Ukraine didn't start in even 2014, but many years ago. And again, in 2014, the world didn't react enough on the unprovoked aggression from the Russia. And as a result, we saw 2022 beginning of even more unprovoked aggression from the Russian side. So it doesn't work simply like that. You cannot just feed the territory to the aggressor and wait that it will just calm down. Let's just stop the fire for now. And it's not only about Ukraine. I'm not a historian, but there is so many examples, even during the Second World War, when the part of Czechia was given to Germany, and so on and so on. Again, I'm not here to give a lecture on history, but that's just my view, how I do see these negotiations and why do I not agree with them.
Yeah, thank you. And Ilya?
I just wanted to add a few words. 1 second. I would like to add a few words to you. Words about the treat of the Russians, not only to us Ukrainians, but to all civilized humanity in general. Because my name is Ilya. I'm from Ija, Kherson. I'm the main city of Ija, Kherson. Kherson is the city on the south of Ukraine, top of Crimea, and our city was the region center that was under occupation since the first days of war in February 2022 to November 2022. It's 8 months we were occupied, and I lived under their rule these 8 months, and then I understood the main thing about them. And unfortunately, this main thing that some people in the West cannot understand is that they aren't occupying you because you speak a certain language, for example, or have their roots, or in general you gave them some pretext. When they occupied our city, they said that the person is historically the Russian city, we are the Russian in we supported them. That what they said. They will always find a pretext,